Hi. Who do we have here?
I have, I was assigned Mr. Weathersbee.
Okay.
Lyndon Weathersbee.
Good morning, Mr. Weathersbee.
I got evidently I got assignment case early this morning, but I never got a text or email from the MAC, so I'm gonna have to contact them to see what happened.
Do you want to stay on or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on, but I just never, I mean, I was assigned to report today, but the reason why I'm just now showing up is because I know.
Oh, I don't care. I'm glad that you came. There's no time. I'm glad that you came.
But the only reason.
Don't worry about it.
Here, but I never got notified, so if I hadn't told you, then I would have never known.
Hey, don't worry about it. We're glad that you made it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, Mr. Weathersby. So it appears that, you were on bond for possession of marijuana. You have continually failed to appear. And now you've picked up a criminal trespass. We're going to do probable cause on the criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On February 14, 2025, the officer conducted a criminal trespass investigation at the Mustang Inn in Harris County, Texas. The officer was aware management often complained of people in the parking lot selling drugs, and no trespassing signs are posted on several sides of the property. The officer observed a black vehicle idling in a parking space with 3 occupants inside. The officer made contact with the occupants and could smell a strong and distinct odor of marijuana and could see a heavy cloud of smoke emitting from the vehicle. The occupants were instructed out of the vehicle, and the officer identified the defendant. The officer knew the defendant by name and sight from a previous arrest. The defendant had been previously arrested for possession of marijuana on the same property and had been given a criminal trespass warning on that same day and was advised not to return to the property.
Okay. All right, Mr. Weathersby, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on the trespass as well. I'm going to order you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is a condition of your bond. If you do, because I don't know if you're going to bond out, but if you bond out, this is one of your conditions. You're not to go back to this place. If you do, you will get rearrested, go right back in, and the bond is just going to go higher. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you follow those conditions, please?
Referring to that. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
So it's set at 1,000. Would you consider a bond reduction, Your Honor?
No,
Okay.
you're a flight risk. You don't show up. I mean, we've given you bond after bond. He just doesn't appear. Does what he wants to do. So,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay.
Can I see them?
Good morning, Mr. Riggs. Mr. Riggs, you're charged with criminal mischief and failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice. So on the mischief, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On the failure to identify oneself, you're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 on both cases with credit for the 85 days that you've done. Is this how you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
You need to understand that both of these cases will go on your record.
Yes, sir.
They will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take them off.
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no turning back. This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of failure to identify oneself and criminal mischief?
Sure.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Got to be careful. You understand? 95% of the people in there is no self-control. Without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? Hence the mischief. You know what I mean?
No.
Good luck.
Judge.
Thank you. Good evening. Is Ms. Baker wanting a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So Ms. Baker, you're asking me to set your bond. I don't know anything about you, and I have about 15 seconds to get to know you. The only way I get to know you is how you are on paper, because that really tells me who you are. Right? Everybody tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods and this and that, but really, papers tells me who you are. Okay, Dave.
Your Honor, she's wanted out of Terrebonne Parish, Louisiana, for 1 charge of illegal possession of stolen things and 1 charge of felony theft. They requested a $50K surety bond or $4K cash bond. State's not opposed to her obtaining a bond, but is against obtaining a low bond. State's requesting a $5,000 bond.
And Your Honor, a little bit about Miss Baker. She does have 5 kids with special needs that she takes care of. She does have
All 5 kids have special needs?
2 of them, Your Honor. And she does have her husband's the one who's working, who could pay for the bond. As of right now, he's the one who has taken care of them while she's in custody. But this is something that she has an attorney in Louisiana, has provided her contact information with her attorney from Louisiana. And has stated that as soon as she bonds out, she would go ahead and take care of, go to Louisiana. She has a car that she can drive over to go ahead and take care of this warrant.
A couple questions. How old is the warrant?
January 27th, a little under a month ago. But unfortunately, that's the limit of the information I'm able to get because Terrebonne Parish is closed for President's Day. So I called their DA's office,
Come
nobody's
on.
there, and the sheriff's office
Must be
is,
nice.
the sheriff's office is limited in what information they can,
Any criminal history?
no, Judge.
Okay. I'll give you a bond. But you have to understand, like, we don't play games. You get one shot. You're old enough to know that actions have consequences. If you fail to act, if you fail to go turn yourself in, then I'm going to revoke the bond. I'm going to set it at 0. You won't get another one.
Yeah.
You understand? So what amount?
And we would ask for 2,500.
State ends at 5.
All right. So I'll split it. 3750.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Understand though that because you're wanted out of another jurisdiction, you're deemed an inherent flight risk. So you're probably going to have to pony up, most, if not all of it. So we expect you from the day of your release. You have 2 weeks to go turn yourself in. Don't wait until the last day because as Murphy's Law dictates, what can happen will happen. I don't care if you're abducted by aliens, a flat tire, it don't matter. If you don't go within the 2 weeks, a nationwide warrant for your arrest will issue, and I'm going to set it at 0. You understand? Okay. All right. So 3750, and good luck, Ms. Baker. Okay.